Prophets of Allah, Part 4. Dawud and Suleyman, alayhis salam, David and Solomon, alayhis salam. Dawud as and his son, Suleyman were kings of the children of Israel. They lived about 1,000 years before Christ. Dawud was a poor shepherd boy, but due to the strength of his faith he slew Goliath, a giant and cruel commander of the Philistine army. By Allah's will they routed them, and David slew Goliath, and Allah gave him power and wisdom and taught him whatever else he willed. And did not Allah check one set of people by means of another, the earth would indeed be full of mischief, but Allah is full of bounty to all the worlds. The Noble Quran, Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 251. Due to this victory, he became very popular and was made king of the children of Israel. He received prophethood and was given one of the holy books, the Zabur, the Psalms of David, by Allah. And it is your Lord that knoweth best all beings that are in the heavens and on earth. We did bestow on some prophets more, and other, gifts than on others, and we gave to David, the gift of, the Psalms. Then Quran, Al-Isra, chapter number 17, verse number 55. He was very just. He sang praises to Allah. Allah Ta'ala taught him about the use of iron. Allah gave him and his son the understanding of the speech of birds. And Solomon was David's heir. He said, O ye people! We have been taught the speech of birds, and on us has been bestowed a little of all things. This is indeed grace manifest from Allah. The Noble Quran, An-Naml, chapter number 27, verse number 16. The Prophet Suleyman alayhis salam was also just and wise, just like his father. From a young age he solved people problems, such as the dispute between a farmer and a shepherd, with justice. He understood the language of animals, birds, etc. In the Quran it is said that he heard some ants talking about his army. Allah Ta'ala also gave him a blessed wind, as well as he was in charge of jinn. And to Solomon, we made the wind obedient. Its early morning stride was a month's journey, and its evening stride was a month's journey, and we made a font of molten brass to flow for him, and there were jinns that worked in front of him, by the leave of his Lord, and if any of them turned aside from our command, we made him taste of the penalty of the blazing fire. The Noble Quran, Surah Saba, chapter 34, verse 2. Prophet Suleyman is called to the truth, gave dawah to Queen Bilqis, the queen of Sheba. First, she did not believe in Allah, but due to the effective speech and excellent character of Prophet Suleyman as she and her subjects became true believers in Allah. Suleyman was also in command of jinns by the leave of Allah. When he died, the jinns were building a place of worship for Allah. They realized it later when a worm ate through his staff and fell down. After his death, Suleyman's, alayhis salam, the kingdom disintegrated, but he will always be remembered as a just and humble king, fear of Allah. Elias, as, Elias/Elijah. Elias as was called a righteous one, he was a prophet in the kingdom of Israel around the 9th century BC. And Zechariah and John, and Jesus and Elias, all in the ranks of the righteous. The Noble Quran, Al-An'am, chapter number 6, verse number 85. His people worshipped Baal and idol. Elias preached the truth to them, but most of them did not listen. Therefore, they will be accountable in the day of Qiyamah for their disbelief. Behold, he said to his people, will ye not fear Allah? Will ye call upon Baal and forsake the best of creators? Allah, your Lord and cherisher and the Lord and cherisher of your fathers of old? But they rejected him, and they will certainly be called up for punishment. Except the sincere and devoted servants of Allah, among them. His work was continued by the Prophet Elisha,